This is a Bam's podcast, rated R, and we would like to apologize in advance. We're sorry.
Well, let me see if I can do this like Bamm, all like Eeyore. Well, I guess that'll do.
Eeyore! Eeyore!
Sometimes you make it too easy.
And with that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bamster Show. As you can hear, I have got Arigato Mr. Roboto, Mr. Drac with me. My name is Bamm Havoc. Drac, say hi.
Yes, we're all stuck here with Crazy Bamm.
I'm not crazy. Right, you dragged me here to do an episode for these crazy guys listening to us. What do you have on the chopping block today, Drac? I believe it's Gamescom stuff, yes?
Well, there was a couple of things from Gamescom that I thought were interesting and worth bringing up. Did you go to Gamescom?
No. E3, Gamescom, PAX, pointless. Absolutely pointless. I don't see the point of that. I really don't see the point of this thing. Yes, it's a lot of fun for people to advertise and you know, see how awesome things are, but the problem with that is it adds to the hype train that shouldn't be there in the first place. I think Gamescoms create the hype train, and because of the hype train, things happen and then everyone gets disappointed a year later. Now, Comic-Con. Now, that's something I would like to go to. Comic-Con. Yay!
So, instead of going to a convention where you're going to play some video games and have some fun, you want to go to a convention where you're going to wait in line to get a ticket, to wait in line to get a wristband for a chance to wait in line.
Yes. While I'm waiting in line to get a ticket to wait in line for a wristband to wait in line, I can check out some sweet ass. like a certain person was checking out some sweet booty. The last time we went to a Gamescom track, some of that sweet booty.
Yeah, when she pointed that video out, I was like, wait, what? And then when I watched it, I was looking at my phone, dude.
Yeah. Ah, look at your phone, was ya? Yeah. You see some lovely mamma jammers there shaking their booties. Oh, yes, please.
Hey, I'm not going to make no excuses for it.
Oh, dude, don't. I got a free look-in. Happy days. That was some quality footage. Great. So, enough of this nonsense. What's this thing that you picked up from Gamescom? Let's discuss Gamescom, since everybody else is discussing Gamescom.
Well, I mean, that only makes sense. We talk about video games, and it was a big video game convention this past week. So, but there were just two topics that kind of caught my interest from there. One of them was that Final Fantasy 15 is going to be out on the PC. It's going to come with all the DLC already packed into it, and includes a multiplayer mode as well. Plus, they're actually going to have mod support, so look out TTP.
Okay, so out of all of Gamescom, you picked out Final Fantasy on the PC. Was it that dull? Well, honestly, was it that dull? Was there any indie games?
I'm sure there were plenty of indie games, but the reason I brought this one up is because of the fact that I don't think I've played Final Fantasy since it was on the Nintendo.
No,
I saw Final.
I'm having a spaz attack. Why do you even tempt me with these stupid N-words, mate? Seriously, Nintendo isn't a games console anymore, mate. It's just nostalgia.
I'm gonna have to start sneaking up on you with that. Nintendo.
Oh God, I get the spasms whenever I hear that name. Seriously, I do. It's all Nintendo do is sell nostalgia. That's all they do. But I think I've drummed that home too many times, so I'm not going to bore your ear holes with that.
Maybe throughout the episode I'll just whisper, Nintendo.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. Someone's trolling now. Now who's trolling, Drac? Now who's trolling? Right, so what's the second thing you spotted at Gamescom?
Well, the one that I think is probably more interesting, actually getting to see a release trailer and some of the gameplay footage, is something called Biomutant. Now, in part, I think they're probably banking a little bit on the popularity of the Rocket character from Guardians of the Galaxy, because their main character that they show in this is like a little raccoon panda type thing. But it looks pretty neat. It's a third-person perspective, like action RPG where you can upgrade and modify your character. They've got some crafting built in where you can build new weapons and whatnot. But we'll make sure there's some links in the description where you can check out both the CGI announcement trailer and some of the gameplay, but it looks really cool.
Okay, right. I won't lie. That also caught my eye. Right, I lied. I didn't not look at Gamescom. Of course I looked at Gamescom, but that's one of the ones that caught my eye as well. And I'm sorry, but to me that doesn't look like a raccoon. That looks like a red panda, similar to Kung Fu Panda. That dude with the big ears that trained the big black panda. What do you want to call it? That's what it looked like to me, a red panda. And the character in Guardians of the Galaxy is a raccoon, but the character in this one looked more like that red panda. However, it could be a splice between the two. Who cares? It looked really cool. The intro trailer, very movie-like, very cool looking, and then you actually got to play that very same mission in the gameplay footage, which was just as cool looking. It needs a bit more polish, as it looks very flat and very square, but yeah, fuck yeah, it's good. It looks really good. As in, really good. I mean, I can see the fights start getting a bit repetitive, as I think, if that's even a worthy criticism for that, but I don't really have anything else besides that. The gameplay looked solid enough, the characters looked solid enough, the guy's voice saying pow, pam, smack, that might get a bit old.
Oh my Nintendo. Bamm is positive about a game. Holy crap.
What? Don't spread these false rumors and lies about me. I am positive about many games. Just unfortunately there are so few to be positive about. So few. Because all of them fall into this I want to say this sort of diagram or whatever of you're a AAA game, therefore you have to follow this layout to make the big dollars. And I'm like, well, I can't wait for a AAA game to not make or follow that sort of layout and still make a shit ton of cash. And that will just upset the entire balance, and that game will be remembered for eternity.
Well, I think you're right about the combat maybe being a little repetitive, but I think it's set up for like an MMO type deal, so I kind of expect, combat with that not to be you're going through, a bunch of similar moves over and over again, so I think it will be. And I think you're right about it being more of a red panda, but between the weaponry and the gadgets and stuff that the guy uses, it to me at least it seemed to borrow pretty heavily in a similar fashion from that Rocket character, which is why I compared him there. But I gotta say, man, I like even the little touches, the little noises the guy's making as he's moving along. He's not speaking in a language that we understand.
Well, I like the fact that a raccoon, that particular raccoon, Rocket the raccoon, or whatever his name is from, just Guardians of the Galaxy, can make shit with his hands and makes all sorts of crazy, wonderful bits and pieces, just like this guy. So I can see where you drew the raccoon sort of parallel or similarity to it. So it actually looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool.
But those were the couple of things that kind of caught my interest, without getting too deep into all the stuff that was going on at Gamescom.
Only two things, Drake. Only two things.
Well, I would say those are the top two things.
Okay. Well, guys, as you heard from Draconusx, the only two things that mattered at all at Gamescom was Final Fantasy 15 is coming out on PC with hopefully mod support, and Biomutant from THQ Nordic. Sorted. Those are the only two things you need to worry yourselves about, guys. Those two games. Just those two games. Nothing else. Forget EA.
I think that would be a little bit of a misquote, but
I can't say right. Forget EA. Yeah, forget Blizzard. Forget Activision. just Biomutant and Final Fantasy, guys. Those are the only two games you need to worry yourselves about. You heard it from Drac. Done.
Hi, I'm Good Breather, and you're listening to a Rated R podcast.
So, shall we move on to upcoming games?
Yeah, upcoming games! Boo! Upcoming games, boo!
So we've got Bipolar Bamm as well.
You've got any kind of Bamm you want right now, mate, because all these games that I've listed on here are games that I'm telling people not to go buy, or at least buy them a month after they're released. But, sir, please, do go on.
Well, let me put a little disclaimer then. Maybe that's for the case for the games you listed, but not the ones I listed. I don't look for things to avoid. I look for things to actually go and play.
Oh no, I look for things that I would like to play, games that I'd love to play. But then I see the publisher or the developer, and I'm like, oh god, same bullshit, same misery shall be caused. Better not. Go back to my Paragon.
I think there is a lot of that. I think that especially within AAA developers, they kind of get stuck within that rut of like, oh, we're this big company, we've got a lot of employees, we need to keep making money, so we're just going to keep making what works and maybe not take too many chances.
Now, I don't disagree with that. Okay, I'm not saying don't buy the game because you're going to starve devs if you don't buy the game, all that stuff, right? I'm saying don't buy the game immediately. Buy the game, or the games that I've listed, rather, or I'm going to list very soon, a few weeks later. Be patient, young Padawan, young grasshopper. Be patient. You will buy the game, most definitely. But in a month's time, they'll have released patches, they'll have released fixes, they'll fix bugs, because the game will have shipped broken. Or the game will have shipped with a fault that would completely obliterate something or other, whatever, for some whatever stupid reason. The game that you will play a month later will be better than the game on purchase. So, just wait. Just hold your horses. Hold your horses. See what the YouTubers and the interviewers and the newspaper articles that are raving about all these new games that are coming out. See what they have to say about the game a month later. They would have 9 times out of 10, they would have completely reversed the role of what they said. I still stand by my first article I wrote on Destiny. Love the game. I loved Dinklebot. He sounded a bit disjointed about it all, but I still love Dinklebot.
You know, I gotta say, I never understood the blowback on that. I mean, he's playing a little robotic character, and people were complaining that his voice was too robotic. Since when are robots supposed to have tons of emotion?
No, you see, that is something I agreed with. I don't disagree with that thing. I think he played it very, very well, because an actor can only act how he's told to act. If he's told to be a complete arse, he'll be a complete arse. You know, I blame the director more than the actor when it came to how he came across sometimes.
Well, there have been some games that have done, robots with emotion that have worked out well, and maybe that's why they felt caught up in the need to do that, because I don't know if you've played Portal 1 or 2, but the robots in there were actually pretty entertaining. And with that, I'm going to guess we should move on to our game list. So you had Knack 2 listed on here. What is that?
Knack. Don't bother with Knack. It's a terrible game. The first Knack was terrible because it's Knack. Don't buy it. PlayStation are just making it because they make it. It had mediocre sales on launch. It didn't ship as many consoles as they'd like to have hoped. A lot of people bought the other two types that were out there. There was, on launch there were 3 PlayStations. One of them was Knack. The other one was a Killzone. And there was another one. But I got the Killzone pack, and I've still got the same PlayStation that had the Killzone pack. And we sold a lot more of those. Don't buy Knack, people. Save yourself the hassle. Buy something that's actually worth it. I would say go buy a Destiny 2, but who am I kidding?
Well, that's what I was thinking. You're like, go buy something that's worth it. I'm like, okay, well, on the 6th of September, Destiny 2 comes out.
Yeah. Don't buy Destiny 2. Wait until, I don't know, a month later.
The PC release.
Yeah, PC release, whatever. Don't buy Destiny 2. Don't buy Destiny 2.
Too late. I already pre-ordered.
You pre-ordered a game. Are you an idiot? What's the point of buying into the pre-order culture? On the release day, you still get to buy your game. There's no point in pre-ordering the game because you don't need to. It's just a quick way for publishers to make their money back instantly. Like an instant cash flow to the publishers.
While I completely agree with what you said, if I hadn't have pre-ordered, I wouldn't be getting started on the beta tomorrow, and also I wouldn't have got my cool little Cade 6 statue.
Did you have to pay for the Cade 6 statue?
So I paid for the game, and I got this cool little 6-inch statue that's going to go on my shelf with my other ones, and that came free.
Okay. All right, cool. Good to know you like your statues, right? I just want to know in which hellish Chinese factory that little Chinese statue was made.
Well, probably the same one many of the other ones are made.
Probably, exactly. I don't see the point in pre-ordering. I really don't. Pre-ordering is a stupid idea. It's okay for the publishers and business people that have the business head on. It's actually a brilliant idea because the gamers are gullible fuckheads.
You only get minor advantages by pre-ordering. You know, a lot of them will offer some kind of digital content you can only get if you pre-order, but it's not like you need those things to play the game, and a lot of times they really don't have a significant impact on your ability playing the game. And then, of course, you know, there's the other one, which if you pre-order it digitally, you get your key early, and you can preload the game so that you don't have to start downloading the game as soon as you buy it once it releases, so you can play it right away. But again, that's just a really minor benefit, and I think a lot of times, most times, I would even say you're better served by not pre-ordering, by waiting, seeing some of the gameplay, unless you're 100% certain that this is a game you are definitely going to spend a lot of time on. Then, you know, wait and watch some of the gameplay videos, and don't pre-order it. Wait till it comes out.
The only benefit I see from pre-ordering is one you've just mentioned. The fact you can download the game prior to everybody else and then play it on release day. That, to me, mate, is the only reason why people should be pre-ordering it. The other shit at Diffnef and Taff and Tat and all sorts of gunk that comes with it is just bonuses. May I ask, which version of Destiny 2 did you buy? Did you buy the standard game? Did you buy the game that comes with the expansion pass? Or the whole year's expansion pass, rather? Did you buy the bit of Tat that comes with the game expansion pass and a book? Did you buy the bit that has the game expansion card, a book, a couple of postcards? Did you buy the bit that has a game, the book, the expansion pass, a couple of postcards, and a statue? Did you get the game, the book, the blah blah? See where I'm going with this? It just keeps getting more and more expensive for shit you don't need to play the video game.
Actually, I was getting kind of impressed. I was wondering how long you could go before you had to take a breath.
Oh no, believe it or not, mate, I'm so disillusioned with the pre-order culture and AAA games right now. It's saddening, really. It's very saddening.
Well, for myself, I'm probably stupidly excited just because of the fact that I finally get to play Destiny on PC like it should have been from the start.
I shall not rise to that cheeky jib from yourself, sir. I shall not rise to it.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah, I know you couldn't. Don't worry, I still love you.
Well, you know, you have the advantage because it doesn't come out on PC until October 24th, so you'll get a little time to play it before I really will.
No, Drek. I'm probably going to be playing the game after you've got it and played it, because I'm waiting about a month before the game releases. I am actually going to wait. I will actually wait.
That's the sad thing. You're going to have almost 2 months, because it comes out the beginning of September for the PS4 and Xbox One, but it doesn't come out on PC until the end of October.
Ah, I see what you've done there. Okay. Well, I'll be getting it. I tell you what, Drac, I'll get the game when you get the game. That way we can play together, cross-platform, yeah! Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, I know. I was disappointed about that, too.
I have nothing more to say on the matter. It's not cross-platform. There's really... It's hard to want to play it now, because I know people on PC that play both PlayStation and PC, and they want to get it for the PC because they want to run the super awesome, sexy graphics mode. And trust me, Destiny looks amazing. Even on the PlayStation. You just imagine how delicious it will look when it's on the PC with all the graphics turned right up. Oh, it'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, Drake, so what's your first shot in the block then, mate?
Well, the next one coming up was one I had an opportunity to play at the Winter Game Fest last year. It's called Tooth&Tail. It's by a little indie dev here in the San Diego area. But it looks really cool. I had some fun with it. My daughter had some fun with it, and she's only 9 now. But to me, it feels like kind of almost like an introductory game to RTS, to strategy games. It's not super fast-paced and tough to handle like maybe some of the other ones, especially if you crank up a bunch of AI on it. But if you've never played RTS games, or you're not very good at RTS games, and you want something to still get that kind of experience, go and check that one out. Tooth&Tail will be on PC and PS4 on the 12th of September, and it's only $20. But not only that, you know, even if you enjoy RTS games, it might be worth a look. But it didn't feel as challenging to me as some of the other ones out there, but it was still a lot of fun.
Tooth&Tail, you said, was RTS. No, seriously, the RTS genre is coming back, you reckon?
Well, I don't think it ever went away. I just don't think a lot of people are making RTS games. I'm assuming that for whatever reason, you know, since MOBAs have come out, that maybe the RTS kind of has taken a back seat to that.
Okay, I would agree there. I would agree there. You probably find MOBAs will take a back seat when the RTS guys come out with full force. I mean, again, as I always say, my favourite RTS game, Red Alert. Hands down, Red Alert.
That was a fun one. You know, I like to sit back and a lot of times I don't really play RTS games single player. I'll play them at the LAN parties I go to with the other guys at the LAN session. So I let them do all the stuff up front with building the armies because I could care less about that. I like to sit back and build the super weapons. So I have a whole nuke farm, and when it's time to go, I just start launching nukes.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you so much. I'm the guy that will Zerg rush you with riflemen, and you'll never be free of me because I'll just keep churning that shit out. Bang, 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 bang. I hate you. I hate you. You die. You die. I kill you. You die.
Yeah, I just don't have the patience to be building up the army and constantly sending out more drones and that crap. I'd rather just I'll sit back, and when it comes time, I push the button and obliterate your ass.
Yeah. Like every other person that has said, "Oh, Bamm, I kill you." No, wait, never mind, mate. You're dead in 50, 20, sometimes 10.
Well, that's why I like to play co-op, so that I have other guys that take care of the front line for me.
Right, Drac, go on then. City of Brass.
It comes out on the 18th of September, PC Early Access on Steam, and this one caught my attention. It's a first-person perspective game, and I've heard it compared to things like Prince of Persia and Indiana Jones because it seems to borrow some elements from things like that as far as visual. You know, you're running around with a whip and a sword. You can shoot the whip out and disarm your opponent and rush in and, hack and slash them away. It's set in like an Egyptian and Arabian type setting, and like the graphics aren't super wild like Destiny or anything like that, but they're cool, they're fun. Looking at this, I definitely want to take a look at it when it comes out on early access on the 18th.
Well, to be honest, Drac, it does sound like an Indiana Jones type game. Replace the sword with a revolver, and it's got Indiana Jones. However, does he have a brown hat? If he has a brown hat, mate, that's Indiana Jones.
Well, the image I've seen, it's basically, a guy holding the whip and the sword. He's got long hair, mustache, and a beard, and there's no hat. But, if you want to pretend to be Indiana Jones and run around with a sword, I don't see any problem with that, because it's first-person perspective, so you wouldn't see the hat anyway.
Oh, well, exactly. I don't see a problem with that anyway, yeah. If you want to run around being the thinking Indiana Jones, why, fucking crack on, son! Crack on! Just replace just pretend the sword's a revolver that needs to poke people, and you're fine. So, your third thing was Raiders of the Broken Planet. Now, I've heard you mention this game a couple of times, and I've actively ignored it. Because reasons, Drac. Because you won't shut up about it. Okay, so I'm giving you now the platform to talk about it.
Well, this one, I'm not sure if it's considered MOBA-like or not, but this one has been pretty cool. I've had an opportunity to play some of the beta, and you get a choice between different characters using different weapons and different abilities and whatnot. The prologue that they have that'll be out on the 22nd of September comes out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and it's going to be free to play. Now, I haven't seen anything in the beta with regards to any kind of market, so I'm assuming that the prologue is... I'm guessing they're treating this kind of like a crack dealer. They're going to give you the first taste for free, and then there are going to be other episodes that come out afterwards. I'm guessing they'll probably charge for, although I don't know that for sure. But it's a third-person perspective game. You're running around shooting things. It's a lot of fun. You've got different objectives that you need to hit, and they advertise it as a 4 versus 1. You can play the maps solo, though some of the maps are pretty damn tough to play solo. So if you enjoy that extra challenge, you can play through them solo. But the reason they say 4 versus 1 is, it's co-op with 4 people trying to achieve those objectives. But then there's a 5th player that can bounce into the game, is what they call the antagonist. And that 5th player goes around just basically trying to cause havoc and kill the 4 cooperative players throughout the match.
And this is where I will put my snotty nose in and say, Drac, it sounds like a very nice game, and I really do hope they carry on with it. But I don't think it's going to remain free to play for very long, because like you said, I think it's going to be episodal, and they will charge you for the next episode. So it won't be a free to play game. But that's as far as I know. I will have to find out more on the 22nd when the game launches, because I will be downloading it and I will be playing it. Because guess what? Even the free-to-play games are good games. Look at Paragon. I love that game, and I haven't spent a damn cent on it. It's given me a lot of grief, and I have wasted a lot of my time on it. I say wasted. I have spent a lot of time on it, because, you know, digging in the old salt mines of Paragon is just a thing you have to do for your daily salt intake, you know?
Well, and I think that's the thing is the prologue is for free, and I guess look at it kind of like a demo where you get an opportunity to play several missions to get a feel for the game. And then if you like it, why not pay for it? I mean, support the developers. They're the ones out there putting this together, and, you know, they got to put food on the table.
Oh, yeah, again, I haven't got an issue with that to an extent. It's just when they're blatantly fucking trying to hack your cash out of your pocket. Now, I don't think this episodal business is a blatant sort of money grab. I just think it's going to be a case of, well, why don't you do what other games have done when it comes to trying to gain your cash? Sell currency, sell skins, you know, those sorts of things that don't have impact on the game. And then whoever wants to play the game can play the game for as long as they want. And if they feel like spending $5, $10, whatever have you, on looking a little bit cooler, looking a bit different from everybody else, well then, give them that ability. I don't see why they have to charge for the episodes if they use that sort of model.
Well, I will say, as soon as you start mentioning microtransactions, I start to twitch.
Yeah, that dreaded M word.
Yeah, I don't like markets with microtransactions unless it's cosmetic things. That doesn't bother me so much. Because like you said, if somebody wants to spend the money, go ahead. But, yeah, the rest of it, I just... Guys, developers, please stop with the microtrend. I know that it's a way to make money, and I know some games make a lot of money that way, but I hate that crap.
You and me both. I just see it as blatant money grabs. I hope to God guys have got a decent head on their shoulders when it comes to these sorts of things.
But I don't mind the episode thing either, because the deal is here, I would assume, if you buy an episode, you get access to those maps, and you can play those maps. So you can look at the episodes as they come out, and if it looks interesting, you pick them up, you support the game, and you get to play those maps. If not, you still got the free maps. You know, you don't have to pick up all the episodes if you don't have the cash or you don't want to.
Hopefully that works in theory. Now, a game that you and I have both picked, okay, and I'm going to tell you guys all now, none of you guys are allowed to buy it. Don't buy it, because Bamm said so. And I'm incredibly jealous of all of you guys that are going to buy it and not listen to me. Because Total War, Warhammer 2 is coming out, right? And I can't play it because it's a PC game, and I'm incredibly jealous because I love the Total War games. Love them. And I can't play the game. I'm sad, Bamm.
I don't know, it almost sounds like if you had the cash available and the PC that would run it, it almost sounds like you might pre-order this one.
Yes! Yeah, okay, right, I probably would. I don't know, right? Yeah, I probably would pre-order this game if I had the PC and I've got the cash to buy the fucking games, not the cash to buy a full-on fucking state-of-the-art freaking PC, but... Oh my god, Total War, man. What a game. What a game. And Warhammer, yes! Fuck, War, yeah, man. I'm all over that. I'm all over that like hot bacon.
Yeah, these games have some great models in them, the detail and the combat and the movement and stuff. I have the first one, and I think I've played it. I've only had maybe half an hour or so to put towards it. I really want to get back to it. I just haven't found the time yet.
I'm already wounded. You've got the first one. I've played the first one. I'm already wounded, Drac. I'm gonna go to ICU right now, mate. I'm wounded. You shot me, Drac. You shot me.
Well, I'll tell you what. Come on over here to San Diego. You can sit down. I'll let you play a little bit on my PC.
Yeah, please note, little bit. 10 minutes. Then you can piss off back to England. Yeah, not worth it, Drac. Not worth it.
I should say I'd limit you to 10 minutes. Come on now.
Okay, sorry. 10 and a half minutes. Apologies.
Oh, you're just pissy because your laptop can't handle it.
Very true. I'm very pissy my Clockwork laptop from 2010 can't handle it. Very fucking pissy.
But for those of you that can, Comes out on the 28th of September on PC for $59.99. All right, tell you what, why don't we move on to the last game of the list for this month?
FIFA 18, boys and girls, launching on September 29th. Yes, it's going to be $59.99 dollars and pounds, and all your money you can throw at the game, the publishers and developers will take them off you. Right, FIFA 18 essentially is FIFA 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, and 7, and all the other numbers in the rainbow, with different skins. Guys, why you play this type of game can be a downloadable game. Why you buy? Why? Also, why are you paying £60 for a game just to get the correct jerseys on the correct person after a year's worth of playing? Why, people? Why?
So FIFA, that's that foot cantaloupe game?
I believe they call it soccer in the States and football in England, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Portugal. You know, the civilized world.
Well, I figured I had to find some way to mess with you since I've heard you guys call the American football hand egg.
Well, hang on. I call American football a bastardized version of rugby. You pussies have to wear fucking body armor. Rugby boys don't get to wear body armor.
You know what? I'll give you that one. I practiced with a rugby team one summer just for fun. And every time after practice, we'd go out to the bar, and they thought of themselves as a drinking team with a rugby problem.
Now that's the correct attitude to have with rugby. Beat the shit out of each other over a bit of leather, and then go get drunk at the pub afterwards. That is rugby.
Yeah, it was a fun time. But so I see this is coming out on the 29th for PS3 and 4. Xbox 360 and 1, and it's coming out on the PC as well as the Nintendo Switch.
All the platforms under the rainbow. Every single platform's been catered for, boys and girls. FIFA XX, whatever number it is now, 18, 19, I don't care, because there's so many FIFAs out there right now. Go and fill your boots, quite literally, but be warned, you're just paying for a different jersey on the character. You're paying for roster updates, name updates. Oh, and if you buy, I don't know, the top end echelon £180 thing, you might get a cheap Chinese football, soccer ball thing that will probably be deflated in about 2 months. So, ultimately, why bother, boys and girls? Why? Rather take that money and go spend it on anything else but FIFA. But I'll be wrong, because FIFA's the best game since sliced bread and all those things.
Well, I'll have to lean on your expertise for that, because I haven't played any of the FIFA games. I've never really been all that big into soccer anyway, so... Good.
I could say the same thing about all the sports games, the NFL games, the hockey league games, the football games, all the games. It's just an updated jersey with the updated roster, and that's essentially it. I don't mean to disparage people. I know I'm a bit of a bore when it comes to games. The game doesn't interest me. I'm not interested. There's reasons and whatever have you. Anyway, it's a case of you're spending £60, a lot of money on a game that you don't get the full use of because you've got to buy the season pass on anyway. You know, so they should really say buy the full game, £100. Done, because the season pass is what, like £30, whatever. So 90, 30, probably 90, £100, whatever have you. So there, £90 is your game. Also, everything's $59.99, apart from Knack, which I believe is a lot cheaper, for good reason. For very good reason, because Knack 1 was terrible, and Knack 2 is probably going to be just as bad. Please prove me and tell me I'm wrong. But everything's $69.99 because of the AAA status above games. I don't see why a simple update is £60. I really don't. And then the season pass to that it should really be buy the season pass. Oh, and we updated the rosters and the skins. There's the new FIFA 18, guys. There's just the season pass. Done. It should have been included into the season pass for 40 quid, which is the season pass, I think, 30, 40 quid, whatever have you. But no, because the devs slaved over a hot computer keyboard for months, and they probably did. I'm not saying they've just sat on their asses, clicked on the hue, colour, spindle of colours, whatever have you, change things. Some people have probably worked their asses off for this. But seriously, what they should have just season passed this one out. Really, it's all it's going to be. Same people playing the same game on the same field, in the same virtual stadium.
Well, there's a lot of truth to that, but aren't a lot of times with these games when they bring out a new version, isn't there supposed to be, new technology or plays or something like that that's supposed to add to the experience?
Nope, no new technology is required. The current engine ran the same game. I believe the same engine running now. Please don't quote me this because I have not looked it up, but my best guess, the same engine that's running FIFA 18 ran FIFA 17, ran FIFA 16, ran FIFA 15. Can guarantee you just some tweaky features to make the game run smoothly. I don't think there's been any technology updates. Again, just jersey change, roster updates, which could have been included in a season pass, so people could ultimately be spending less money, i.e. buy the season pass, but then they on FIFA you pay money to buy these particular card packs and stuff to get better players and whatever have you. I don't see why they don't just do that. Say FIFA 18, bing bang bosh is £40 fucking pounds. It's a season pass with a roster and jersey update. You can then take that £20. You then say, right, if you want the blah 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 blah, buy these packs with your spare 20 quid. I think they'd get a lot more sales out of it that way. But what do I know? I'm just a dude who likes playing video games. At this rate, I'm gonna go into the same hovel that Grit lives in because all games are shit according to Grit.
But he still plays them.
But he still plays them. So do you see where I'm coming at, Drake? Do you see? They're basically selling you a season pass for £100. If you think of it like that.
Oh yeah, I agree.
People could take that saved money, I don't know, and go to the movies. Or I don't know, spend it on these card packs, these virtual card packs, or in-game currency or whatever have it. People would have a lot more money to do those things with. And I'm sure they'd make fuck ton more, I can't say fuck ton, a hell of a lot more money using and doing that. But what do I know, hey? I'm not a business person.
No, I agree with you, but I think the reason this is coming down, the way it is and whatnot is because of business reasons, and people will pay the money, so they're going to make the cash.
That's the thing, you see. It's all about business, and if a proven formula in business works, they're going to use it until a better one comes. And this is why I mentioned before, I really hope a game breaks the formula so badly that all the other games have to then follow suit. But like a case in point with the multiplayer of no, I'll stop that. But yeah, that's ultimately my point. A game will come along, break the mold, smash it to freaking ashes and dust, and then be the new standard that most developers and most people have to follow, and it'll be ultimately better for us. That's what I'm hoping.
I think what you're going to end up getting is a new series, because that game will come along, it'll be awesome, everybody will freak out about it, and they'll just keep making those games.
Yeah, no, I know. There are vices to everything in life, okay? And, ultimately they want your money, they're going to get your money, and you want the game, you're going to give them your money for the game. And they know that. Because, video gaming is an addiction. An addiction to escapism. We all need that, don't we?
Hell yes.
Hell yeah! Bacon and beer time, boys! Drac, bacon and beer question time, dude. I'm asking the question because G is currently not with us, and I believe he is the only one qualified to ask the question because the last time you asked, you failed miserably, so I will take on the responsibility. Drac, my good man, over this past week, what bacon have you had, and what beer have you had to accompany it?
Let's see. Last weekend I had bacon pancakes with peanut butter and syrup. And then I think later that day I had some bacon wrapped asparagus with some steak. And a couple nights this week we've had some beef medallions that were wrapped around in bacon. I've been eating a lot of bacon lately. I think I'm trying to get myself prepped for this coming weekend for Bacon Fest.
Yep. Hence the question of the bacons, because you, sir, are going to be our bacon cover agent, our bacon agent, right? Within the world of Bacon Fest. You've got to take your cameras and go to Bacon Fest. You have to, bro. Seriously, Bacon Fest. And please, for my sake, Find me some of those sweet-ass mama jammers. Oh, yeah. I want to see that booty, bruh. I want to see that bacon booty. Oh, yeah.
Dude, I gotta tell you, if I could do like smell-o-vision for the bacon, I would send that to you too.
Hallelujah! Praise Jeebus and bacon! Yes, please. I'm all over that. I'm all over that.
Yeah, it's funny, until you asked that question, I didn't realize how much bacon I'd eaten this week.
Dude. There's a comment I used to say, use quite frequently. Beer is the cure for most things in life. For everything else, there's bacon. And I think that still stands today. On that note, boys and girls, thank you for sticking with us. Drac and myself have had a very interesting discussion about video games. I've disparaged quite a lot because I am genuinely concerned about where our video game industry that we have created is going. And I'm just concerned. I'm not hating on games, I'm just hating on the method we have to employ to get games to people, which is why, again, I'm very into the indie scene sort of things, of bits and pieces. Drac, however, guys, is very pro things. He hasn't had his salt mining moment. So, yeah, from me, Bamm Havoc. I'm out. Love all your faces. Bye!
Oh, I've had that salt mining moment. It came with a game called Neverwinter Nights Online. But that being said, I think I'll leave you guys this week with a Jason Voorhees-inspired exit, just for Bamm. Switch, 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 switch. Ah, 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 ah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Gay.
You won us an entire theater of this war.
The Bamsters will be back right after these messages. Goodbye, bacon! I can't keep a straight face when I say that. She's gonna hate it.
It reminds me of some of the cartoons when I used to watch as a kid, you know, the little song. Well, I don't know if you guys would have had that because I think it was something local here to the U.S., but it's like a little jingle. It's actually, I probably better not do that because you'll keep it in the episode.
Yeah, of course. As people who grew up in a third world country wouldn't know anything about cartoons at all, wouldn't we? Yeah, that's right, Drac. Oh, yeah,
No,
that's right,
I didn't
Drac.
say about cartoons. I said about the little breaker, the little jingle that was on.
What jingle?
I'm not singing it, but it was a little jingle where they'd sing, you know, after these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, I still don't know what you mean by jingles.
It's like a short little song or advertisement type, but it's in the form of a song.
Sing the jingles. You have
know
no
what you're
choice
getting
about
at.
this. Yes, sing the jingles. You know I want them. Sing them. Sing the jingles.
Sorry, my throat's a little scratchy.
Grab your balls, mate. When you sing, it makes your voice a bit more high pitched.
Bam, you don't want to torture people's ears with my singing.
Oh yes, dear. Oh, I do, dear.
Jackass. You're really going to wait for me to do that, aren't you? Fuck.
Correct. Do it. You have no choice. Do it. I make G fucking ask the bacon question every single time, right? Every single time. And there will be a bacon question at the end of this chat. Believe it or not. You have to sing a jingle. One jingle. Think of the poor G's. But won't someone think of the poor G? Please, someone think of the G. Please. Just think of it as that. G has to ask the bacon question every time. You have to sing one jingle. One jingle. Just one. Only one.
Fine.
The powers of persuasion.
I just know you're not going to shut up until I do it.
Correct. You have no choice in this matter. You will sing this.
So, right, I don't remember which cartoons it was. I think it was probably like He-Man, maybe some Transformers and some other stuff. But we would occasionally get a little jingle that would come on right when it was getting ready to go to commercial. I guess basically to remind kids to stick around for the commercials and afterwards. And it went a little something like this. After these messages, we'll be right back, boom, boom. There. Are you fucking happy now?